understanding. So, my dear brethren, today is the first Sunday of Advent. We are admonished from the readings of today, especially the Gospel, to think about judgment. The thought of judgment. The thought of judgment should make us to repair our souls. Our Lord Jesus Christ shall come in the clouds, terrible. He will come to judge the living and the dead. And when he comes, he shall be a source of joy to the just, but a source of shame and reproach and terror to the damned. Do we want to save our souls? Let's be among the just. Let's avoid sin. Always think about your judgment, your last end. Your last end is very good. We always think about our last end. And that is why we have to have in mind that whatever we do on this earth is not hidden from God, no matter how we try. Even our conscience will be our witness, will be a witness against us on the day of judgment. Not just our consciences, even the walls in which we committed sin, built impurity. You think that nobody saw that sin. The walls where you committed that fornication, that adultery, or where you caused sin will be a witness against you. And even God himself, our Lord Jesus Christ himself, will be a witness against you on that day of judgment, because he knows every secret thought. He knows everything, even the hidden sins, he knows it. Being the judge of the living and the dead, he shall approach the righteous and say to them, "Come ye, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom, come and possess the kingdom prepared by my Father for you from the foundation of the world." There's St. Matthew's Gospel chapter 25 verse 34. Then St. Matthew's Gospel chapter 25 verse 41 comes to say about the reprobate, the damned. "Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, which was prepared for the devil and his angels." And when the judgment shall come, it will happen in the valley of Josaphat. The just will be at the right, the reprobate will be at the left. Of course, the just will also tell them predestinate. Now, the just will first of all be judged and will go straight to heaven. And they are going to heaven with our Lord Jesus Christ himself, will be a source of terror and a source of shame to the damned, because they will see them, they will regret not practicing virtue. And in the middle of the valley of Josaphat will be open, and they will enter into the bottomless pit, and it will be closed forever and ever. Let us, like St. Peter of Alcantara, when he appeared to St. Teresa, he said, "Oh, blessed penance that merited for me a great eternity." Such happiness, such felicity is a felicity in heaven. We must prepare ourselves always for our final end with prayer and penance. Thus, like St. Paul will say, work out your salvation with fear and trembling, so that you won't be caught unawares. So the idea is to always think about judgment. The thought of judgment should always shape your life. The thought of judgment should make you restrict yourself back to God. The thought of judgment should make you avoid sin and its new occasions. The thought of judgment should make you frequent the sacraments so that you'll be at peace with God. The thought of judgment should make you practice every virtue and run away from vice. When you see the new occasions of vice, you run away far from it. Because we are in the world, but we are not of the world. And truly, as one of the saints we say, Saint Jerome, he said the presence of Jesus Christ reprobates more pain than hell itself. And St. Augustine declared that nothing banished from him earthly thoughts so effectually as the fear of judgment. Truly, the fear of judgment should banish from us the earthly thoughts. Because if we always think about judgment, always think about it, always have that fear and thought of judgment, it will help you to do what? Not be attached to earthly things. It will help you to be truly detached from earthly things. We should restitute our lives back to God, because our life belongs to him. He owns our life. If we do not make efforts to stop sin, if we don't make effort to practice virtue, how can we inherit a blessed eternity? must always have recourse to our blessed Mother Virgin Mary and ask for her help. She is the help of Christians, and may that for graces help us for the grace for every virtue we think is difficult for us to practice, or every vice we find difficult to abandon. Let us run to Our Lady. Let us run to St. Joseph, our sisters. Let us run to our patron saint and our guardian angels. Many a times we fail to ask our guardian angels for their assistance. We've forgotten that we have salutary prayers we can offer to our guardian angels, like saying, the seven glory be to the Father in the morning, and seven glory be to the Father in the night, in one of our guardian angels, begging for their help. And then going ahead to ask Our Lady with the 3 Hail Marys devotion, apart from the rosary we should pray every day, 3 Hail Mary devotion in the morning, asking her to remove from us, banish from our minds, our thoughts, our action, every form of mortal sin, to withdraw us and to save us from the misfortune of falling into mortal sin every morning and night. Because it's a great misfortune to fall into mortal sin. To lose our properties, the properties of this world, is not any misfortune at all. Any distress or sickness or suffering that comes to us in this world is nothing compared to the misfortune of falling into mortal sin. It's better for us to suffer all the ailment and sickness of this world than to lose our soul through mortal sin. That's the greatest misfortune, eternal death. Not after suffering in this life, we go and suffer more in hell. So we should learn to merit from sufferings, bear them patiently, so that it will end for us, like St. Peter of Alcantara, a glorious eternity. But he said, oh blessed penance that merit for me a great eternity, a great felicity, a great happiness in heaven, as he addressed to Saint Teresa. We should always have recourse to our patron saints to assist us. We should also have recourse also to St. Michael the Archangel. We should pray frequently to him, because the days are terrible. We can only fight the devil, we can only fight principalities and powers by prayer, by constant prayer. Just like St. Augustine says, that he who prays will be saved, he who hardly prays will be damned. We have to pray and work out our salvation with fear and trembling. And also we should have recourse to St. Joseph. He is the patron of the Holy Family. He is the head of the Holy Family. He is the patron of the Universal Church and the patron of the dying, the patron of the souls in purgatory. We ask him to help us to live a good life and the grace to persevere to our final breath in this life. Let the thought of judgment be your watchword every day of your life. The thought of judgment. Think of it all every second, and it will make you want to always be at peace with God. O Mary, conceived without sin. O Mary, conceived without sin. O Mary, conceived without sin. Jesus, be and Joseph, I love you, save souls. On the Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti.